Alright, welcome back to Coop's Collection. Today I've got another PSA submission video. Not as big as the other one. I think I sent over 50 cards in my last submission. This time I've got about 25 or so. I wanted to hit a minimum of 20 before I sent them off, and actually hit that minimum pretty quick and have some really exciting cards that I want to go ahead and just get sent and not hold on to them and wait till I get to like 50 cards to submit. So you'll probably have seen a lot of these. I just did a video on a collection that I picked up. Or actually that was gifted to me from a good friend of mine. And so a lot of those hollows you might have seen in that video, but I'll show them again in the PSA submission video since this is the submission, and I've got some modern stuff too. So let's actually start with the modern stuff. A card you're probably familiar with if you've been keeping up with some of the most recent sets. We have a VMAX Charizard. This card is, first off, I think it's awesome looking. I really like VMAX cards. I think they're really cool. And of course, Charizard VMAX. Charizard is just a great card. So, you got a Charizard VMAX. This is actually a buddy of mine, Matt's. And we'll talk about Charizard VMAX more in a little bit. But we've got this one to submit in the submission and hope to get a 10. I think this card by itself right now is going for about anywhere from 90 to 120 bucks or so ungraded. I think PSA 10s are going for close to maybe 800 or 900 bucks. I don't know if people are buying it for that much. I think they're selling for that high, but I don't expect to get these back for 50, 60 business days, however long it ends up taking. So the price may have settled a little bit by then, but some of the people who kind of pay a lot of money to get things graded very quickly are flipping them for a lot of money. So we'll see. So there's our first one, our Charizard VMAX. I've got Full Art Trainer Rose. Obviously, I'm a big Full Art Trainer fan. Actually pulled Rose out of a pack recently, and then traded my copy to Matt because he had a better centered one that I think had a better shot at a 10. So got Rose here to send off. Got a Salamence VMAX, which we filmed a very long video where we opened up like 150 packs. I pulled this out of some of my Darkness Ablaze packs, and that video should have gone live before this one did. So I pulled this one and really like I said, the VMAX cards, and I think Salamence is just a cool dragon Pokemon. Also pulled the Butterfree VMAX. So again, another really cool Darkness Ablaze VMAX card, and pulled it in that big opening that we did. I've got Marnie from Sword and Shield base set. Part of that, again, that big opening up Darkness Ablaze and Sword and Shield packs. Relatively expensive Full Art Trainer. I think of the time of this video, she's going for like 25 to 30 bucks ungraded. I've actually already sent off one of these to PSA, but I figured because I pulled it, I'd send off another one because I think if I end up, getting two 10s, I'd rather sell a PSA 10 version of this than an ungraded version. So there's Marnie. Then I've got a second Charizard VMAX. So Matt actually pulled both of these, and he had pulled one a little while back, maybe like a week or two ago, and he bought a ton of the Darkness Ablaze 2 packs that come with Darkness Ablaze and Sword and Shield, and I had bought maybe like 30 packs or so, and so we had that huge opening, and I had asked him beforehand and said, if you happen to pull a second VMAX Charizard, can we trade for it? Can I buy it off you? And he said absolutely. So we're sending off 2 of these. One's mine and one's his. And very excited to hopefully get both of them back as 10s because I just think it's a great Charizard card to have in a collection, which will be awesome. So there's that. We got Bede. I think that's how you pronounce it. I'm not 100% sure. Full Art Trainer from Sword and Shield base. Pulled this one. Figured I'd go ahead and send it off. Eternatus VMAX. I pulled this one as well. Off screen, I did a couple openings that I didn't film just because I had a few packs that I didn't think was worth firing up the cameras for, but ended up pulling an Eternatus VMAX, as well as the Rose card, which I talked about earlier. So got those, and I think the Bede was in that off-camera opening. So 3 cards that I've decided to send. I don't know much about Eternatus. I actually don't have a Nintendo Switch. So I haven't played Sword and Shield, so a lot of the Pokemon are relatively new to me. So I think this is one of the new legendary ones, maybe. So there's Eternatus VMAX. Then we got Secret Rare Scissor VMAX. This one I pulled in a very recent video, which we had some really great pulls from the Darkness Ablaze 2-packs. Pulled this Secret Rare, and Scissor's just a really cool Pokemon. Steel type, bug type. I remember when Gold and Silver came out and Scyther got an evolution, and Onyx did, which Onyx evolves into Steelix, which is my all-time favorite. But then a close second was Scissor. But you could only get them if you traded Scyther or Onyx holding a metal coat, right? Which is very difficult to not difficult to get a metal coat, but difficult to potentially find someone to trade with. So there's Scissor VMAX. Secret Rare. Because here's the regular Scissor VMAX, which I also pulled in that same opening. Really like I prefer the non-rainbow. I know the rainbow rares are more rare, but from an art perspective, I definitely like just the regular VMAX better than the rainbow. But because I pulled them both, I'll send them both off. And then the last modern card is going to be the Secret Golden Rillaboom. I think this is probably the first gold card I've ever pulled. So very excited to have pulled this myself and include in the submission to hopefully get a PSA 10. So those are the modern cards. The next stack is going to be the vintage WOTC Japanese and English. If you recently watched the video I did on the collection I got from my buddy, you've seen all these. So you don't have to sit through and watch them all again. But for anyone who hasn't had a chance to see them, I wanted to go through them as well since they're headed off to PSA. So we've got a Rockets Zapdos, Japanese, from one of the gym sets. We've got a Fossil Raichu, Sabrina's Gengar, Erica's Vileplume. We've got a Venusaur from base set, Blastoise from base set, and of course, to go along with them, Charizard from base set. Then we've got first edition Dark Dragonite, and I talked about this in that other video, but this is probably one of the cleanest cards I've ever gotten a hold of from a WOTC perspective. I mean, I can't see anything on the hollow pattern. It is absolutely clean. The centering seems pretty good, and the back is absolutely gorgeous. There's only one flaw that I can see when I'm looking at this, and it's this one little white print dot up here in the top left corner. So I think this might be the only card in these WOTC ones, as far as the English go, that has a shot at a PSA 10. But if not, I think this is easily a PSA 9. So we'll just have to see. We've got Muck from Fossil, a first edition Electrode from Jungle Set, a base set Gyarados, a Dark Gyarados, and this is the pre-release version, a Fossil Lapras, and a Neo Celebi. So I think all of the Japanese have a shot at PSA 10. Some of them might have a minor flaw. Like, it's going to be tough to see, but in the top right corner here, see how there's like a little bit of silvering on the edge where my fingernail is? And then there's like a little something, like a little bit of silvering right there on the top right corner. But other than that, these Japanese cards hold up so well, it's tough to tell exactly what flaws there might be. And the back looks pretty good, so I think all the Japanese cards have a shot at a 10. Probably the only English card that has a shot at a 10 is the first edition Dark Dragonite, but I think the rest are at least 7s, or hope they're at least 7s. But we'll just have to wait and see. So that's the submission. I think it's 25 cards. Good mix of modern and vintage, so excited to kind of see how these do. But I'll get those shipped off to Ludkins Collectibles, and then hopefully get them back in a couple months. So that's what I got for you today. Thanks so much for watching. If you like this video, go ahead and smash that like button. It really helps me out. If you like this sort of content, go ahead and subscribe to my channel so you can get notified when I post new videos. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.